Hi everyone, today we're going to make spicy lamb burgers with feta, which is a Greek crumbly cheese, but I'll show you that in a second. Right, really versatile, there's really loads of flavours in here, so it's quite punchy. Hamburgers can sometimes be a bit dull unless you put stuff with them. This is not the case, right, really nice. I'm using lamb because it's got quite a nice strong flavour, but you could use pork, chicken mince, beef mince, all that kind of works. But it is designed to go with lamb. So I've got in here actually less amount than I'm going to say actually on the description, but which is 250 where we're going to say 450. All right. So when I put stuff in, I'm not going to say the quantities because it'd be confusing, but the quantities because I'm using less. But on the description and the recipe will be correct. All right. So we have some mince. Literally, is plonk it all in. Then we have some allspice. Now, allspice is, I think you might think by the name, it's a mixture of different spices. It isn't, it's actually a dried pimento. So you want a little bit of allspice. This is where the spice comes from. Spice actually is not from chili, but it is from a mixture of spices. We want some cumin. Then we want some paprika, but actually a little bit less paprika. And we want some pepper. Now note, we don't put any salt in here at all, purely because the feta itself is really salty. We then put in some lemon zest. I think I said in a previous video, these are amazing. But it's microplane, really good. So when you're grating, just want to go down and then turn it. Right, you literally just want the yellow off. Because I'm doing a slightly smaller amount, I'm not going to do it all, it's about half, but you would do it all normally. Move that to the side for 1 second. Then we're going to chop some parsley. This is flat leaf or use curly. Always try and use fresh herbs where you can because it makes a significant difference. With this, people spend hours, pulling all this off. You don't have to. Sometimes you do. For herbs, if it's like a woody herb, like rosemary or thyme, but for these soft herbs that have to. Best way to do this is to literally just screw it into a ball. All right, so just screw it into a ball, and then initially, just give it a chop. Just take your time. Notice there's rocking chop, so going this way. Once you have it all slightly smaller, and it's all not kind of fluffy, at this point you can deal with what's then called a rocking chop. So you put the point of the knife on the board, and go up, down. So notice that's not moving, it's pivoting, but it's not, it's not actually going up and down. And you go across, put it back in. Again, herbs, you can use more or less any herb, but obviously it would affect the flavour. All right, so things like basil. Use possibly chives, coriander would go well. I don't like coriander personally, but you could use coriander. All right, so I'm going to put some of this into there. Let's get rid of the rest. Okay, then we're going to do some garlic. Quick clean down, so we're always nice and tidy. Right, so remember this is called a bulb of garlic. We're just using a clove of garlic, which is one segment. So just pull that out. Take the ends off. Like one end, second end. Peel the paper off. You'll see on the internet some methods and ways of doing this, like putting a knife in. I've tried all of them, actually don't work. So, and try and avoid using a garlic crusher if you can, because you do find you get more in the holes of the crusher than you do actually, in the dish. Right, we want this crushed. We don't want chunks because that's never pleasant. So just a reminder, put the knife on, give it a thump so you've squished it. Then again, use that same rocking chop. So notice the fat bit's going up and down, but this bit is staying on the board. Take that off the knife. And when you get it a little bit smaller, if you want it like a puree, which you can do, is put the knife not quite flat, but at a slight angle, and just push down. And all you're doing is you're pushing and squeezing, and that will create a puree. So that goes in. Lastly, the feta. Feta's a Greek cheese, very tangy, all right, so it goes well. I'm only gonna use half of this, just for the quantity. And as you see, feta naturally crumbles, so I haven't got to chop it up or anything, just look, it just straight away in your hands, it just crumbles. Now the feta gives a great flavour. I wouldn't really change the feta, other cheeses will work, but you won't get that same kind of zing. So squeeze it all together, it doesn't need any egg or anything, the meat itself will bind. Squish it all together, get everything in. Okay, what we now get now, you could make a kofta type thing with this, so make it into a sausage and put it on a skewer. We're going to grill these as well, just because it's a bit healthier. But these are burgers, all right, so what we're going to do is take a portion and guess what? Make it into a burger shape. You might have a burger press at home, or you could use, if you want it very precise, you can use a cutter. You know, a biscuit cutter, and then put the mixture in and pat it in so you get a nice perfect round. Don't have it too thick, because you'll find that if you have it too really chunky, then you know, it's hard to kind of cook it all the way through without burning the outside. So there we go, so there's one, and I'm going to do them all, and then in a second I'll show you what they look like on the tray, and then we're going to put them under the grill. Just wanted to show you the grill. I know everyone's is a little bit different, but generally the symbols are universal. So for a grill, it's this one there. I guess that's kind of logical, but that's the one. With the temperature, you need to turn it up full power. You want it on full pelt. And what's unusual about a grill is that you use it with the door open. All right, so the heat, I'm not sure I can necessarily show you, but the heat comes from those elements there. See those metal things? Just there. So they will heat up and there'll be heat radiating down. So it's radiation heat. And then that's how we use it, all right? So remember, so that's the symbol, full power up, and you leave the door open the whole time, even when the hamburgers are cooking. So it's hard to give an exact time, just because different grills use different sort of heats and all the rest of it. It's been about 5 minutes, so what you're looking for, I won't put the phone right into the oven, but it will go brown and sizzly. At that point, you take them out, you turn them over, and give it about another 5 minutes until the meat is firm, because the protein in the meat has set, and there's no pink at all. Okay, burger's done. As I said before, you know they're done, they're firm. They won't be squishy, the protein in the lamb has set, so it'll feel firm. If you have a meat probe, it needs to be 75 plus in the middle. Okay, so got a nice slate here, just got a roll. Now you can either go, is a burger, if you put it on a skewer, then it could be a kebab, and you could sort of then serve it in like a hot dog roll or as part of a salad or whatever, but I might as well have gone a roll, so I'll use a roll. All right, so let's put a couple in, because why not? A little bit of tomato. It's probably, if you like tomato, it's probably a good thing to put in. This is not oily as such, but obviously there's the lamb is an oilier meat. You've got the feta in there as well, so the tomato just kind of relieves that a little bit, if you want to sort of say that. And then just this on top, get it right around. There we go, perfect. And there is, what I do is actually I'll just cut one open on the side. So it looks like in the middle, see the nice pieces of feta in there as well. They taste, have a quick taste, always good. Really good actually, moist. You get the flavours of the different spices. When it's so spicy, we're not spicy, they're spiced, which is very different, but a great flavour. Do have a go. If you have a go, send me a picture, cookandmrdix@gmail.com, and I'll see you all soon. Take care.